COP29, the 29th Conference of Parties of the United Nations Framework Climate Change Convention, the annual climate summit that decides the future course of humanity's plan to deal with climate change, was held in Baku, the capital city of oil and gas-rich country of Azerbaijan, located on the coast of the Caspian Sea.
We are here fighting for trillions of dollars of public finance, not billions, trillions of dollars for public finance from rich countries to support a just, equitable, and funded phase out of fossil fuels to renewable energy systems.
A small team from Climate Action Network South Asia, along with representatives from member and partner organizations, were tracking the negotiations closely, even as they participated in side events, panel discussions, and press conferences on national and regional strategies for building climate resilience in South Asia in the face of floods, heat waves, sea level rise, and air pollution. With the increasing calls for regional collaboration on the issues of air pollution, a roundtable discussion was organized during COP29 with representatives from Nepal, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan.
We often say that this problem arises in the winter, but since last 2 years, we are facing in Nepal, we are facing the problems all around the year.
We know the sources of the pollution very well. And of course, fossil fuels play a major role in causing this pollution, be it vehicular, be it industrial. So how we can work on the source of the problem, I think that is something that we need to really talk about.
First, as you said, that we need to make a transition from fossil fuel dependency to more renewable, cleaner energy solutions.
And we also know that no single government, no single organization, no single entity can take care of this air pollution problem. And I very much endorse the call given by Madam Ramina Khurshid for regional action on this problem.
My dear brothers and sisters, my dear neighboring countries, please, we need to stand for each other because it's now or it's never.
Meanwhile, after fast-tracking a controversial decision on the carbon market's rules and regulations, negotiations at COP29 had failed to make any progress on the key issue of climate finance. Alarmingly, negotiations on all other issues, mitigation work program, global goal on adaptation, and funds to respond to loss and damage had either slowed down or come to a standstill. The civil society representatives were out in the corridors, demanding adequate climate finance for climate action to ensure climate justice.
What is happening in Baku, the reason our civil society colleagues and fellow activists and comrades are saying no deal is better than a bad deal, because if we get a bad deal, it will undermine the very framework and the very principle of Paris Agreement, and we should not allow that to happen in Baku.
In the end, COP29 concluded on a disappointing note, with a weak deal. Instead of providing at least $1.3 trillion in grants from public funds, rich and developed countries settled on the completely inadequate amount of $300 billion per year in the form of loans, private finance, and investments.
The G7 have received this award for spending the past 20 years dodging, skirting, and running away from their fiscal responsibility to pay up for their growing climate finance debt.
Once again, developing countries had saved the multilateral process of climate negotiations from complete breakdown by making last-minute compromises and swallowing their pride. However, one thing is clear. Even as we intensify our campaign for climate justice and repayment of climate debt from the rich countries, it is also time to build regional solidarity and cooperation between our neighboring countries to cope with climate change-induced disasters. If climate change knows no borders, we must find climate solutions by holding hands across borders.